Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah. Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah. Alhamdulillah, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to another session here of the Sunnahfollowers Tawheed class. And alhamdulillah, Ramadan has ended. But I want to remind everybody, even though the month of Ramadan has ended, you should have walked away from this month with a better understanding of yourself, meaning that every one of you should know what your strengths are as a Muslim and as a human being. And you should also know what your weaknesses are as a Muslim and a human being. So now what I want you to do is to figure out how to carry on the rest of this year, working on improving your weaknesses, doing away with them, and strengthening your strengths. And then by the time next Ramadan comes, should you still be living on this earth, you want to see the improvement and the growth that you have developed as a Muslim. And also you want to be a person who walks away from this month, of course, with a closer relationship with Allah and a better understanding of this religion. Because it's the greatness of understanding of this religion that causes us or inspires us to practice it correctly. Okay, so I want you guys to take everything that I've taught you about how to self-evaluate, how to change, to condition yourself, keep that going, put that in use, and hopefully you'll become a better, stronger believer during the course of this year. And now what I want to do is I'm going to take you guys to another topic of Tawheed or Aqidah, belief. As Muslims, what brings us into Islam is our declaration of La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, which means that there is no God except Allah, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his last prophet and messenger. That's what brings us into the folds of Islam. But in order to truly understand what that means, we have to understand that you are giving allegiance to Allah in that declaration. And when you give allegiance to Allah, you are saying that you not only just believe in him, but you believe everything that he's told us about himself. And in order to truly understand about Allah, we have to learn his names. And Allah has many different names. Now, when I speak about learning the names of Allah, I'm not speaking about memorizing, because this is what they do. A lot of children memorize the 99 names of Allah when they're in elementary school. No. This class is not about memorizing how to recite names. No. When we talk about knowing, when Allah speaks about how we should know of him and know of his names, he means understand the meaning of his names. And in turn, we're supposed to apply those meanings into ourselves. We're supposed to emulate Allah, emulate his names. For example, Allah is kind. So we're supposed to emulate being kind as well. Allah is forgiving. We're supposed to emulate being forgiving as well. Allah loves beauty. We're supposed to emulate that which is beautiful as well. So this course that I am going to teach you, I have never seen another daya here in the West teach it like I do. We're gonna go over the names of Allah and what those names mean. We're going to go over how Allah displays that meaning. And then we're going to look at the meaning and determine how we can incorporate the meaning of his names into ourselves. This is a very difficult process. When I taught this class before, about 7-8 years ago, I had to stop teaching it because it was so confusing for the students. Everybody had a hard time with it. A lot of people got angry because I realized the problem is we don't even understand the meaning of simple words. In order to know Allah's names and apply them to yourself, you have to first understand the meaning of his names. That's the first step. And most of us do not understand what it means to be merciful, what it means to be forgiving, what it means to be all-seeing. So we're going to cover this in this class. And like I say, this is the second time I've ever taught it here on the internet. I had this, and I didn't complete it the last time. I only went over about 7 names, and I had to stop because it was too confusing. The students weren't ready for it. But now that you guys are older, the kids are adults and the adults are older, and I think all of you have grown in your knowledge and your practice of the deen. So inshallah, you should do better with this class now than you did 10 years ago. Okay, with that said, let me put the PowerPoint on the screen. And this is a little different because I'm going to be using my PowerPoint as a whiteboard, because I'm going to be taking your answers and incorporating them into the PowerPoint. So let me first set up my screen the correct way. Let me screen share. I'm going to pause you guys. And where's my little PowerPoint? I'm going to set this up a little bit differently for you guys, because I'm going to take your answers, your responses, and we'll try to use them as a means of incorporation. So let me see. Inshallah, can everybody see my screen? People on Facebook, I want you guys to try to participate and do this as well. I do have my phone logged in on Facebook, so inshallah, I can see what you guys type. And in fact, this class can be very difficult. I'm going to bring in my laptop too, because I want everybody here, including you guys on Facebook. And for the people on Facebook, please share me to your Facebook timeline. I don't get that many views. I only get about 60 views. I'm not very popular these days, never have been. So who cares? I'm not here to win a popularity contest with anyone but Allah. As long as Allah keeps me popular with him, that's all that matters. But no one, I don't know anyone in the West who teaches this course like I do. So I'm asking you guys on Facebook to please share me to your timeline. So in case there's other Muslims out there who want to learn the religion and its truthfulness, they all need to learn the names, the meaning of Allah's names, and they need to learn the way I'm getting ready to teach it. And maybe they'll get interested and come in here and learn. And I did set my Facebook page up to where I can see all comments, whether you are a friend of mine or not. So hold on, let me join with my laptop too. Okay. All right. Okay, I have my laptop there on the screen as well. Okay. This is the names and the names of Allah, their meaning and application. The names of Allah, their meaning and application. And I'm going to start with the first name for today. I'm going to see how well you guys do. If you guys seem like make it like it's too complicated, then I won't teach it, because this is not easy. And I don't want anyone to get angry and frustrated and not want to learn. Okay, so we're going to start off with one of Allah's names. His name is ArRahman. 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 What does ArRahman mean? When Allah says that he is ArRahman, he is saying that he is the most and entirely the most merciful. So what does it mean when we say that something or someone is entirely merciful? What does that mean? That means that this is a person that shows or exercises mercy more than anyone or anything else. So when you hear that Allah is ArRahman, what does that mean? He is entirely merciful. He shows and exercises mercy more than anyone or anything else. So that's the meaning. I just gave you the meaning of the in English of the Arabic term ArRahman. Allah is ArRahman. Allah is in the most entirely merciful. He is one who shows or exercises mercy unlike anyone or anything else. So having understood the meaning, I want you guys to go to the next step. I'm gonna need you guys to get on the microphone in the Zoom room because I can't screen share and watch the too. So I want you guys to put your mics on. You're not gonna be able to type in the Zoom room. You need to get out of that scaredness and learn to be strong believers and pick that microphone up. I want someone to tell me, and people on Facebook, you can type because I got my laptop in. I can see you're typing. Okay. When Allah says that he is ArRahman, meaning the most entirely merciful, he is one who shows and exercises mercy more than anyone or anything else. How does he show this? How does he exercise his mercy? How does he show us how merciful he is? What does he do that lets you see or lets you know that none is more merciful than he is? Anyone, take the mic. Come on, I have to be able to type your answer. So come on, get on the mic. For you guys who've been with me for years, Sister Fame, Sister Mayleon, Sister Norto, Anissa, she's probably at work. Amina's at the Eid prayer. Those of you who were here for this class about 10 years ago, remember how we did it. You're going to tell me, how does Allah show his mercy? Can anyone remember? Sister Laylee, you were here. How does Allah show his mercy? How does Allah show us that he's more merciful than anything else? Come on, people. You guys are not the Ruwaybida. Who are the Ruwaybida? The Ruwaybida. These are Muslims who have a hand in everything. They're all involved in the political situation of the world. They're typing on Facebook their views and opinions about what's going on in Palestine, what's going on in Syria. They also make trouble for the people of the truth like myself. They slander people like me and slander my website. Oh, stay away from her. She's a racist. She's a narcissist. Ha, ha, ha. But if you were to ask these people anything about Islam, they don't know. They're ignorant, uneducated Muslims. You guys are not Ruwaybida. So one of you get on the microphone and prove how you are not one of those people who claim to know it all, but you're ignorant, don't even know the names of Allah. Someone tell me, how does Allah exercise his mercy? Sister Isra, start them off.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who's talking to? Because I can't see. Give me your name too.
Isra.
Oh, that's Israel. Okay, yeah, I could. Girl, your voice sounds different. Wait, let me move my sound up. Okay, go ahead.
I'm in the car.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Go ahead. Yeah, start them off.
Allah exercises this. His mercy, and provides for those who belong to when we obey him. And
did you say by providing?
Yes.
Okay, Kiki, yeah, because you were breaking up. Go on, keep going. Because I'm gonna type what you're saying. Go ahead. By providing what?
Okay, so he
there.
provides for all of his creatures, including the birds, the animals in general, you know, those who believe in him and those who do not believe in him, he still shows his mercy.
This is exactly, she started y'all off. This is how, okay, one of the ways Allah shows his mercy is he provides for all his creatures, both those who believe and those who don't believe. Good job. Okay, Sister Mayleon, go ahead. How's another way? What's another way that Allah exercises his mercy?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I was going to say Allah exercises his mercy to his creation, you know, the believers, by every time that we, you know, experience pain, whether it's physical or like mentally, he uses that as a way to expiate us for our sins.
Good job. Whenever we experience pain, he causes it to be an expiation of our sins. Good job. This is what I call, you guys have grown since I taught this before. That's called thinking outside the box. Mashallah, you are not narrow-minded, Sister Mayleon. Only narrow-minded people can't speak outside the box. Mashallah, you guys are doing good. Okay, someone else. Let me look on Facebook. Here's one. Sister Khadijah, yeah, you were here when I taught this before too. Wait a minute, let me look on Facebook. Got a lot of answers. Good job, Ricks. You ain't one of those who wave it up. Let's see. Rick said, Allah shows mercy by forgiving us. A good job. Also, see y'all how I need help with this? Look at this. It took away my stuff. Oh my God. Wait, let me write it again. By providing. Okay. What was your answer again, Mayleon? Sum it up again.
I said whenever we experience like pain, whether it's like physically, mentally, emotionally, Allah like uses that as, you know, whatever pain we're going through as expiation of our sins.
Good job. And then we got a Ricks by, okay, good job, Ricks, by forgiving us. Over and over again. Good job, Ricks. Good job, Ricks, by forgiving us over and over again. Let's see who else got here. Khadijah. Okay, the same answer from her. Okay, do my moderators here? Is AY there to mute whoever's on that mic that shouldn't be?
By what? By waking us up every morning, you show his mercy.
Okay, by go ahead, say it again.
By waking us up every day, giving, you know, showing us mercy.
Good job. To give us another chance to earn his love. Good job. Look at these answers. You guys are doing much better than when I taught this before. Okay, how does Allah show or exercise mercy? By providing for both those who believe and disbelieve, by causing our pain to be an expiation of our sins, by forgiving us over and over again, by waking us up to give us another chance to earn his love. Okay, mashallah, these are good answers right here alone. So now looking at those answers as to how Allah shows us his mercy. As Muslims, we're supposed to take the names of Allah and try to incorporate them within ourselves. We're supposed to emulate him. So how can you take these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples and apply them to yourself? How does Allah do this? He provides for both those who believe and disbelieve. He causes pain to be an expiation of sins. He forgives over and over again, and he's always waking us up to give us another chance to earn his love. So how can you incorporate that into your life, knowing that these things here are examples as to how Allah is most merciful? How can we incorporate these things into ourselves? Who can answer that? And I got to figure out a way to do this too tomorrow, whereas it wait a minute, hold on. Who's that on the mic? Is that Isra in her car still? Is that Isra in her car? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I figure. Okay, say, what did you say? Is we couldn't hear you because you were driving. What is this? How can you incorporate these things? Go and try it again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me better? I was gonna answer.
That's Isra still? She's breaking up. Is that Isra still, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, don't type on the screen, because if y'all type and I can't see you because I'm screen sharing, use y'all's mic.
I was
She's driving and we can't hear. Can y'all hear her?
No.
Okay, somebody else, because she's driving. She can't keep carrying y'all.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Sister Sarah. Go
This
ahead.
is Sarah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should-
I can learn.
Yeah.
I can learn to forgive some people who used to wrong me.
Okay. Okay, let's see. She's still trying to talk over there. Okay, I'm gonna try to divide this up so we can see this better. Okay. How to incorporate? By learning to be more forgiving of others. Any other ways? What else, guys? Look at just the answers we gave so far. How can y'all take all of these answers, not just one? Sarah just gave one, so I'm gonna take hers away. You guys should be advanced. Just based on what we said, Allah forgives those who believe and disbelieve. He also causes pain to be an expiation of sins. He forgives over and over again, and he's always giving us another chance to earn his love. Look at those meanings. How can you take all of those meanings and incorporate them into yourself? It ain't just by forgiving others. That's the wrong answer. This is where
Assalamu alaikum.
okay, go ahead. And you have to take all these answers we gave. This is what made me stop teaching it before, because y'all couldn't do it. All the answers given must be in your answer. How can you take all these characteristics of Allah and incorporate them into yourself? Sister Khadijah, your answer doesn't get it either. Look at the answers we gave. By providing for both those who believe and disbelieve, by causing pain to be an expiation of sins, by forgiving over and over again, and by waking us up to give us another chance. How can you take just those 4 examples as to how Allah shows mercy and apply them or incorporate them into yourself? This is where it gets hard. I told you, nobody else. I don't know any other daya in the West who teaches this like I'm teaching. And this is how they all should teach, but none of them do. Not even Dr. Ibrahim Jamali. Take those 4 examples and implement them or apply them to yourself. Let's see what Fatima Ricks wrote. Sister Fatima Ricks, is there anything And the 4 answers given that mentions anything about control or about calling on Allah through difficulties. Sister Laylee, does your answer apply to all 4 things listed, or are you just making up one answer? See how hard this is, guys. None of these answers are acceptable. See how difficult this is. We said Allah is ArRahman. What does that mean? That means Allah is the one who shows and exercises mercy. And how does he do it? He does it by providing for both those who believe and disbelieve, and by causing pain to be an expiation of sins, and by forgiving over and over again, and by waking us up to give us another chance to earn his love. So how can you take those 4 attributes and apply them to yourself? Your answer must be those 4 attributes. Your answer cannot be dealing with hardship, or it has to be the words used here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Let me see you try.
Allah wakes us up every morning, and we always say that prayer of,
Okay,
Allah,
no,
thank you
but
for putting-
remember, your answer ain't gonna be Allah. We already talked about how Allah shows mercy. Your answer is gonna be how you can become this way. So your answer should be how you can become these 4 things here. Very hard. Like I said, I have never heard a daya in the West teach this way, and this is the way they should teach. I learned this from a very, 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 very one of the best scholars, and he's about to die right now. Go ahead, whoever that is.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Sister Umi, I'm going to try. What I learned from this, the name of Allah is to be more merciful to myself first and to my kids. That when I make a mistake, I should know that I'm just a human and there are chances for me to better myself and to strive hard that I can, even if I fail, despite the pain of life and everything, and to be merciful to my kids by showing them the way, and no matter how they falter, to just always remember that I should be forgiving, merciful to them, and always help them better themselves and better myself as well.
That's better. She almost had it. Almost. The only thing she did to mess it up is she kept saying just her kids. She was close though. She was close. You want to take we only gave 4. There's many examples of Allah showing mercy, but we just gave 4 here. We said by providing for those who believe and disbelieve, by causing pain to be an expiation of sins, by forgiving over and over again, and by waking us up to give us another chance. How can you take those 4 examples of how Allah shows mercy and use them in your life, apply them in your life? She did a good job, but it's still not what we're looking for. Like I say, this is not easy. I have never heard anyone teach this class this way except the person that taught me. And guess who that person was? Sheikh Qaradari. Come on, people. Think about it. She was almost close. Anybody? Where's Brother Haji? Brother Haji, you were here when I first taught this. Okay, I'm joining on my other phone too to see. Brother Haji, get in the Zoom room. You were here when I first taught this. You were a kid. You're a grown man now, alhamdulillah. And Famay, you were a kid when I taught this. I think you can answer this. Okay, let me show you guys how I would answer this. How does Allah exercise his mercy based on the answers you gave? By providing for those who believe and disbelieve. How can you incorporate that part into your life, guys? Let's break it down one by one. Allah provides for people who believe and disbelieve as a means of showing mercy to them. How can you do that? Anyone? Anyone? Allah provides for people who believe and even for the ones who don't believe. If Allah wanted to, he could stop the rain from falling, but he lets it fall even though the people don't believe in him. How can you incorporate that into yourself, guys? Just that one right there.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I would exercise this by, if I come across someone who is, hungry or struggling and needs help, I would extend my hand because Allah does it himself.
That's Israel?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's the first one. Now, what about, can you do all four? That's right. That's perfect. Can you do all four? Can you put all four of them into one answer? But that's the way. You guys see how she answered that? Allah provides to both those who believe and disbelieve. How can I incorporate that? By helping those in need, irregardless, as she said, as to their religious beliefs, race, culture, or the likes. Okay, you see that? That she started it off. Allah provides to those who shows mercy by providing for those who believe and disbelieve. How can I incorporate that? By helping those in need, irregardless as to their religious beliefs, their race, their cultures, their color, or the likes. We're a racist people, especially nowadays. You hate Bantus. You hate Arabs. You hate African Americans. You hate Bosnians. We're a racist people. Allah could be more racist and hate and full of hate than anyone else, because he could really punish those who don't believe in him. But he still makes the rain fall. He still provides food and shelter for them. He still allows the sun to rise. So I can incorporate that and learn from that I should be there to help those in need, regardless as to their religious beliefs, their race, their culture, color, or anything else. Good job, Israel.
Okay,
Also,
so for the second one.
Go ahead, keep going, baby. You got it.
For the second one, I would say, when I hear someone is sick or someone is in pain, I should make dua for them that Allah forgives their sins.
Hello, y'all see how Israel's doing this? Y'all see how she's answering? She's taking y'all answers, incorporating them into herself. The answers that we gave as to how Allah shows mercy. We said the second one, Allah shows mercy by causing any pains that we experience to be an expiation of sin. So say it again. How do you incorporate that, Israel? Go ahead.
When I come across or I hear a brother or sister sick, I should make dua for them, that Allah forgives their sins, or not think the worst of it by saying maybe Allah is punishing you instead. So I will make them feel better and say,
and wish them well. So when she hears of someone being sick, she will make dua for them and wish them well. Good job. That's the second part. Look at the third answer. Y'all said Allah shows mercy by forgiving over and over again. How can you incorporate that? Anyone? Come on. She already should. How can you incorporate being forgiving over and over again? How can you incorporate that into yourself? By doing what? It's a simple answer for that one. By not holding grudges? Is that what she's saying? To not hold grudges against others. You guys see that? Allah forgives over and over again. How can we incorporate that? By stop holding grudges against other Muslims. You mad at me because I didn't give you the answer you want to hear. You mad at me because you misunderstood something I said. So because you misunderstood something I said, or you got an attitude with me, you're going to badger me, slander me. Isn't that what Muslims do today? That's called holding a grudge. Allah doesn't hold grudges. Allah could hold grudges against us if he wanted to, but he doesn't. He forgives us over and over again. Do you guys get it? Somebody answer, because all I hear is Sister Israel lagged. Let me put my thing down so I can see what's going on. Okay, do you guys get it? Allah forgives over and over again. What does that mean? That means Allah does not hold grudges against us. And he's more likely to hold, if anyone should hold a grudge, it should be him. But he doesn't. But look how many of us hold grudges. Even the fitna here at my website that happened during Ramadan. The fitna that happened during Ramadan at my website by one sister who misconstrued what I was saying, who took something that I said to another person personal. She took it so personal that she went and even put on her Facebook page trying to tell people to stay away from me and my website, when my website's been part of her life for 25 years. Without my website, she wouldn't be the person she is today. That's the honest to God truth. I've done nothing but good for her and her family. But she tossed everything that I have ever done for her out the window because she allowed her personal insecurities to misconstrue me complimenting another person. To the point that she went so far as to call me a racist and a narcissist. Y'all know what a narcissist is? If I was a narcissist, would I sit here taking the time I'm taking right now to explain to y'all the names of Allah? Is that something a narcissist would do? That's an example of a person holding a grudge over something petty and stupid that she didn't understand. Allah doesn't do that. If you want to take on a characteristic of Allah, Allah forgives over and over again. We can't do that. We hold grudges. So how can you incorporate ArRahman? I'm going to be like Allah and show mercy, exercise mercy by not holding grudges against other people, especially for stupid stuff. Now, if somebody rapes you, if somebody kills somebody in your family, that's different. But because somebody said something that you didn't understand and it hurts your feelings, that's ignorance. That's not being godly in your mannerisms. Okay, let's look at the fourth one here. Another answer y'all gave as to how does Allah show mercy? How does Allah exercise being ArRahman? You said by waking us up to give us another chance to earn his love. Now that's easy. How can you guys incorporate that into yourself? Anyone? By the way, let me put the thing up so y'all can see. I'm sorry, hold on. Screen share. It's hard for me to do both, guys, to type, screen share, and all this. Okay, I'm sorry. Can y'all see it? And by the way, don't type. If any of you are typing, you're wasting your fingers because I am not reading it. I am screen sharing. This is the Zoom room. You guys are going to have to be strong believers and use those microphones. The hypocrites use the microphones. Yeah, who's that? Who's that? And tell me who you are, because I can't see. Hello? Who was that? Ayantar?
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, alaikum salam. Tanita?
This is Aisha.
Oh, Aisha, alhamdulillah. Okay, that last part. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna try by worshiping him, like when he wakes you up to worship him.
No. Okay, we said that Allah shows mercy. One of the ways he shows how Rahman he is he wakes us up to give us another chance to earn his love, even if we committed sin, even if we are unbelievers. He still wakes us up to give us another chance to earn his love. So how can you incorporate that one? That one seems easy to me. Sister Laylee, where's your answers to? Anybody else? How can you take that attribute of Allah? Allah shows mercy by waking us up every day, allowing us another chance to earn his love. How can you apply that to yourself? Anyone? Mayleon, if you there. Fame, Norto, any of my kids who grew up here. Fiza. Where my other kids at? Brother Haji, Brother Emmad, Yasmin, Shukri, Habiba, Anissa, Fresno is out partying. Ricks, where's Ricks? Ricks, come on, you should do this. You guys are not Ruwaybada. Come on.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. And who is this?
This is Awa.
Okay, good. Oh, good. Yeah, I was back. Thank God. Okay, Awa, you were here. How can you incorporate that last part?
Well, I'm going to try, inshallah. By waking up every morning and every day to do a good deed that will please to Allah.
No, remember, it's not about pleasing Allah right now. It's about incorporating his name into yourself. Allah wakes us up every day to give us another chance to earn his love. How can you incorporate that way of being merciful into your life?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Is that Shukri or Yasmin?
It's Yasmin.
Okay, yeah, come on, let's see, hear it.
We should give family members another chance so that we can keep the ties of kinship when they do us wrong.
Okay, can it do, why are you gonna limit it to just family? That must be a Bantu thing, because that's what Umi Barrow did. Y'all limit it to family. Come on, take that family out and make it apply to everyone. Say it again, but take the family out. How can you incorporate waking us up to give us another chance to earn his love?
Okay, we should give others, even
There
the
you go.
non-believers, another chance so that even if they do us wrong.
Good, there you go. By giving others a second chance. When we feel wronged, ourselves done wrong. You guys get it? Good job. Y'all see that? You get it, Umi Barrow? Umi Barrow, you see how to do your answer too now? Because you were close, but just take the kids out and make it general. I'm proud of you though. Mashallah. See how I told you guys, I think y'all were ready for this. Remember when I first taught this, y'all had a hard time. Look at how you got through this. I knew y'all could do it because you all of you, this is a test to see how you've grown in your knowledge and understanding of Islam. You guys have grown. Mashallah. So, ArRahman, what does it mean? That means Allah is the one who is most merciful. He's the one who shows or exercises mercy. Examples as to how he does that. He does it. Examples would be how he provides for both those who believe and disbelieve. He also causes the pain that we endure in life to be an expiation of our sins. Also, no matter what wrongs we do, he will forgive us over and over again as long as we're sincere. And he always gives us another chance to earn his love. So now, how can I incorporate ArRahman into my well-being? Well, I'm going to help those who are in need, irregardless as to their religious belief or their race or their color. And when I hear of others suffering in the world, I will make dua for them and wish them well. And again, this doesn't matter if they're non-believers or believers. As Muslims, we should want the best for all of Allah's creation, even the animals. Remember, Allah teaches us to be kind even to the animals. So whenever I hear of someone or anything suffering, I will make dua for them and wish them well. And I will do my best to not try to hold grudges against others unless there's just cause. I mean, let me put that there. Because if somebody rapes you, that's different. Or kills somebody in your family, that's different. Okay, but if nobody ain't did nothing to harm me, just something petty, like I didn't like the way she made fun of how Arabic people speak. I'm going to use me and my website as an example. That sister May that got mad. She got mad because I told another student, don't worry about Arabic. Arabic is a language. It's not a religion. Concentrate on learning how to read the Quran. That's what I was telling the person. Learn the Fusha. It doesn't matter about that other stuff. And I told the person it's just a language. Every language has its slang, and every language has its bad things. I said, when you hear the slang of Arabic, you hear a bunch of women clucking like hens. That's what I said, and I'll repeat it because I've been saying that all my life because I'm an Arabic person. And when I hear them arguing, that's what they sound like, a bunch of clucking hens. And then I went on to say, but that's not the language of the Quran. I went on to say, somebody mute that. I went on to say that the Quran is beautiful to learn. That's what I said that day to May. And everybody that was here is a witness to it. But she took it personal. She said, I like Bantu people and I hate Arabs. How can I hate what I am? Subhanallah. But that's an example, holding grudges. And what did she do? She went on Facebook, slandered me, my website, my Zoom room, and everything else. You know, still doing it too. That's her problem. You know, we need to get over doing that, guys. Stop holding grudges against others for stupid stuff. Now, if I raped you, I killed you, I slandered Allah, if I slandered the prophet, if I transgressed the laws, if I transgress the limits of Allah, that's different, guys. But for stupid, petty, personal crap, we need to get over that as Muslims. And also learn to give others a second chance. Learn to give others a second chance. ArRahman. ArRahman. And when that fitna happened during the month of Ramadan, I removed about 3 or 4 other people from my website who I saw on her page supporting that. I thought they were supporting, but to show how I give a second chance, I put them all back. But I end up removing another one because she's still acting stupid. I ain't got time for it. Didn't I put him back? Didn't I put you back, Sister Ricks, my soldier? After my soldier explained to me, Layla, we didn't see that crap. We thought she was talking about something else. But anyway, We have to do that, guys. Be more forgiving. Stop holding grudges. Give people a second chance. When you hear of people suffering in the world, you shouldn't just feel bad for one group of people. Feel bad for them all, even the non-Muslims, even an animal. As Sister Umi Barrow said in one of our classes, if she saw a dog stuck in a bush trying to get out of that bush, she would go and help the dog, even though she's afraid of them, because she can't stand to see another being, another creature of Allah suffer. That's ArRahman. That's how merciful she can be. And that's living and exercising one of Allah's names and attributes. You guys get it? And I have to keep it real. Like I say, and this is how other dayas should teach this class. Not teach people how to memorize the names. Teach them what the names mean and how to apply them to our lives, because we're supposed to. We're supposed to emulate Allah's names and attributes. You did a good job, guys. I'm proud of you. MashaAllah, my students have grown over the years. We've come a long way. We've come a long way as a website. Y'all, people may hate Layla Nashiba as a teacher, but I'm here to tell you, you ain't gonna find another one like me. And I'm not boasting and bragging about myself. I speak the truth. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And when I'm right, I'm right. I was wrong for removing Rick's and the other girl, but I brought him back. But I ended up removing the other girl because she still kept the fitna going. Hello. Y'all see that? Good job. I'm proud of y'all. Good job, Isra. Now, without Isra helping you guys, let's go to the second name. Another one of Allah's names, El Malek. And the guy, by the way, guys, I got the Arabic written there. So y'all can read that name in Arabic. Those of you who are taking the Tajweed classes here at Sunnahfollowers, learn how to read. When you read it in Arabic, Arabic is not like the slang. The pure Arabic is beautiful. When you read the Quran, it flows off your tongue. It's like reciting poetry is beautiful. There is no spitting and no clucking when you read the Fusha. But when you listen to a lot of this slang Arabic, it's a lot of spitting. It's a lot of guttural clucking. Just like English is a nasty, filthy language because English is slang. But when you hear American English, but when you hear a person like Sister Zainab speaks, it's beautiful because she speaks the Queen's English and it rolls off her tongue. When you hear Brother Haji speak English, it's beautiful. He speaks with the British accent. But when you listen to Layla, Layla sounds harsh. I sound dirty. I sound guttural. But the Quran is different. It's a beautiful, beautiful tongue. So now I want y'all to read this in Arabic. El Malek. See that? Don't read the English here. Look at that, how to pronounce it. El with the sukoon, ma. It's not ma, it's ma. Ma. It's not ma. Not El Malek, it's El Malek. Malik. And you stop there. El Malek. El Malek. El Malek. It's not El Malik. El Malek. Okay. What does that mean in English? It means the king and the owner of all dominion. Dominion. This is an English word. What does dominion mean? Dominion refers to everything. Everything created. So Allah is the king and the owner over everything. He's the one who governs and rules everything. He is El Malek. El Malek. El Malek. Read the Arabic. El Malek. Beautiful, isn't it? The Fusha, not the slang. So now, understanding that Allah is the king over everything, and he's the one who governs over everything. How does he show this? How does he exercise this? How does he show to us that he's the king and owner of everything? Anyone who can do it? Come on, guys.
I'll try. I think
give me
one
your
of the
name
ways
too, because I can't see.
Brother Haji. Yeah.
Oh, there's my Haji.
Everyone.
Good job. Go ahead, Haji.
I believe one of the ways he does this to show he's the king and owner of the dominion is like the alternating of the night and the days. And no one else can do this.
This is perfect. The way the night and day alternates through his command. He's the one that alternates the night and day. Good job. Anyone else? Give me another example as to how Allah illustrates that he is the king and owner over everything. The night and day, that he's the one that governs everything. Go ahead. And give me your name so I can know who it is. Oh, it's Lucy. Okay.
This Lucy. Yeah. He's also the governor of all seasons. Winter, spring, governor of all seasons. The winter, the spring, the summer, the fall. He's the one that decides when it starts and when it stops.
Good job. All seasons and climates. All that is under his control. When it rains, that includes rain, snow, everything. Who else? Get somebody else. Good job. Walaikum. Oh, there's Anissa. About time you got in this.
Alhamdulillah. Yes. Allah showed his owner and king of dominion by supplying the earth with nourishments and nutrients for its creatures in order for us to survive, to live, to thrive, and grow.
Okay, by supplying everything needed for his creations to survive. Okay, any other way? Okay, hold on. I don't want to mess this up. Come on, don't do that. Come on, because I'm typing. This is ridiculous. I'm out there. Okay, anyone else? Good job, Anissa. Okay, Allah shows that he is El Malek, that he is the one who is the king and owner of everything. He shows that by alternating the night and the day, by governing all seasons and climates, by supplying everything needed for his creations to survive. Anything else? Give me another one. Another way.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
He is the owner of our souls, and only he can take our souls when it's time for us to die.
Exactly. He is the only one who can issue and take the soul. Let's stop at those four, because that's good. Let me, how to incorporate. Good job. Wait a minute, y'all got some good ones here. I want to see how y'all work these. I wouldn't have thought of these. There's so many answers too we can give, but I'm just going with the four top, the four that y'all give right now. Okay, so Allah is El Malek. He's the king and owner of all dominion. He's the one who governs everything. How does he illustrate this? How does he show that he is the king of everything to us? By alternating the night and day through his command, by governing all seasons and climates, by supplying everything needed for his creations to survive, and by issuing and taking the soul. Good job, that's me. Sister Laylee, your answers are not correct. And Laylee said arrogance. No, that's not this. Okay, Laylee, your answer is not accepted. Let's see, bringing dead plants back to life. Okay, that's the seasons and climates. Yeah, okay, good job. Okay, so now who can tell us how would you go about incorporating these 4 examples as to how Allah is El Malek? How can you go about incorporating the ownership of dominion or governorship of everything into your life based on these 4 answers y'all gave here, 4 examples y'all gave here, put it that way. I'm gonna write that better so y'all can see it better. I hate this power, but that's best I can do. Anyone? Can anyone tell us how to incorporate that? How would we incorporate this? The night and day alternates through his command. Seasons and climates govern through his command. Everything needed for survival, issuing and taking the soul. Y'all gave those answers. Now tell me how y'all going to incorporate those 4 answers into yourself without trying to be Allah. That's the thing too. And this is, I'm glad y'all gave these answers, because a lot of people don't believe in Allah, or they say they believe in Allah, but they invalidate that belief by thinking that they are Allah. There's a lot of people that think that they are the ones who can give and take life. For the children learning about Moses, that's what the kids in our Sunnahfollowers school is learning on the weekend, how Pharaoh, why is Pharaoh the most cursed person that Allah mentions? Because he thought that he could issue and give, take and give life. That he was the one that caused the seasons to change. That he was the one that alternated the night and the day. So there's some people that think that they can do these things to the point where they think they're Allah, but they're not. So now, based on these 4 answers y'all gave, how can you incorporate these 4 answers into your well-being, your life, your existence without thinking you are Allah? Who can try it? Start with the first one, like Israel did. Start with the first one. How can you incorporate, Brother Haji, the fact that Allah is the one who alternates the night and day?
The first one I'm going to try, alternating the day and the night. I would look at this from the perspective of saving the planet, like trying to control the way I consume like electricity within my household. I'm not sure if I'm answering it right. That's the only thing I can think of. So
that could be an answer. That could be an answer. Go ahead with it. Go with it.
Yeah, because the way I look at it, so controlling the day and the night. So day and night.
Monitoring
the use or the way I consume my electricity.
Consume or make use of Allah's gifts.
Resources. Gift or resources.
To us here on earth, such as resources. That could be an answer. Gap. Anybody else? There's another way it can go too, but anybody else with a different way? But this is a way that a person can incorporate it. Allah alternates the night and day. He also governs all seasons and climates. Well, I can incorporate that by monitoring how I make use of Allah's gifts to us here on earth, such as the resources he's given us. Anyone else? How else could you read those 2?
AlMalik. Can you hear me?
Okay, this has nothing to do with worship, Sister Laylee. You're way off. The answer is not about worship. It's not about obey. So I see a lot of people are still going to have a hard time with this. This is not about worshiping Allah. This is not about obeying him. This is about trying to incorporate the meaning of his names into your life. Go ahead, Amelia.
I was going to say, since we just like finished Ramadan, I've thought about like alternating like my behaviors you know, my past behavior is probably, you know,
there
getting
you go.
you know, the negative and bad habits that I have and just like alternating them to a better characteristic. And
by changing the bad habits, that's how I was gonna, that's the way I looked at it too. By changing the bad habits, I have two good ones. That's the Allah alternates day and night, good and bad, evil and good. So how can I incorporate that? By changing the bad habits I have to good ones, alternating my habits. In other words, by alternating the bad habits I have into good ones. Good job. You guys see y'all doing good. By alternating the bad habits I have to good ones. Anyone else? Ricks, let's see your answers there. Those of you on that Facebook page, y'all need to get it together. This ain't easy, is it? My kids are doing good. The kids grew up on this stuff. You adults, Anissa, what about supplying everything needed for his creations to survive? What about issuing and taking the soul? How can we incorporate those two things into our makeup as to be El Malek, to be more the owner of dominions, the one who governs things? Go ahead.
I would make sure that during the day or night, as things are alternating in my life, I would help others in need if they need food, money.
No, that doesn't apply. That's not El Malek.
Okay.
El Malek is the owner of dominion. The owner of dominion, the owner of everything, the one who governs everything. This is not about giving and charity. This is about governing everything. I'm going to govern my habits. I'm going to govern my bad habits, make sure that my manners and habits are good. I'm going to govern how I consume and make use of Allah's gifts. So how would you guys govern issuing and taking the soul? How would you guys govern supplying everything needed for his creations to survive? This ain't really hard. Think about it. It's easy.
For the supplying everything needed for his creation, let's see, cooperation is like gardening. Like we garden, and if we put a seed in, we can't make it grow, but he can.
No, this is not about Allah though. We already said that Allah can do that. How can you do it? It's about you.
In a garden.
How can you become the owner of dominion? How can you be one who governs? By supplying everything needed to survive, by issuing or taking the soul.
The only way I can govern anything for supplying everything is going to the grocery store, buying it. Bringing it home, cooking it.
By making sure that those whom I govern means you are responsible for, whom I am responsible for, have the things they need. Okay, that's what govern means. I'm going to make sure that those whom I am responsible for have the things that they need to survive. I cannot control the seasons and the climates, but I can make sure that those who are entrusted under my care, be it my humans or animals, have everything that they need to survive. You guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all understand that? Real easy. Okay, I can govern what I am held accountable for. I will make sure that for which I am responsible is cared for properly. What about to issuing and taking the soul? Who gave that answer? How can you incorporate that to yourself without thinking you God? without thinking you are Allah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Sarah.
I tried the last one, inshallah. By hold yourself accountable before my soul is taken away.
Hello. I will hold myself accountable for any actions I commit, knowing that I will answer to the higher being, which is Allah. Good job, Sarah. We cannot issue or take a soul, but we are held accountable for ourselves. Remember, Allah says, save your soul from the hellfire. Before you can even think to save anybody else, you got to save yourself. Like what's going on in the world today over there in Gaza. A lot of Muslims going crazy here in the West. You know, worry about yourself first. How can you be of any help to them if you can't even help yourself? You're not even wearing hijab. You're not even practicing the deen, but those people are. How can you be of any benefit to those people when you're weak in your practice of this religion? Those people are strong. Remember, guys, Allah says he will test us according to our faith, our belief in him. The test that those people are going through, we can't even imagine because they're stronger in faith. That's why I look on Facebook, and when I see these people who call themselves men and women of knowledge, some of them even call themselves scholars, and I see them posting up the things that they're posting up about what's going on, all this hatred, trying to turn the people into hate, to the point where the people are gonna, you know, that the nation, the Muslims are ignorant. You know that all you're gonna do is cause some Muslim to get angry and go kill a bunch of kafirs because they kafir, and they'll kill kafirs and ain't doing nothing to them. That ain't got nothing to do with what's going on over there. And you're a person of knowledge. Instead of you teaching a class like I'm teaching the people how to turn back to Allah, you're sitting there on your Facebook page posting up hatred, igniting emotions from the people, claiming that your pride and your allegiance is to a place on the earth when it's not. The earth belongs to Allah. It doesn't belong to you or me. Especially when you're supposed to know what Allah already said is going to happen over there. We need to get back to true Islam. And for those of you who call yourselves people of knowledge, scholars, stop all this hatred and stop posting up all this stuff you posting up on your Facebook pages about what's going on over there in Gaza. And instead, get your butt on the internet and start teaching what La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah means. Because you can't change the qadr of Allah. You can't change his decree. What's happening in Gaza was meant to happen. The prophet said it was going to happen. He said it's not going to stop until Jesus comes. That's written. The books have been written. The ink is dry. Do you guys understand? The ink is dry. Allah already said Gaza will go on like this until Jesus. So you need to accept the qadr of Allah and work on changing the condition of yourself. If you want to help the ummah, help the people, make dua for the believers, and then for the ignorant Muslims, because there's more ignorant Muslims on earth than there are intelligent ones, teach them true Islam based on the Quran and the Sunnah with understanding of the companions like I'm trying to do, and take all that emotional garbage that you're posting on your Facebook page and throw it in the trash, because all you're doing is causing ignorant people to get emotional, which is going to cause them to transgress the limits of Allah, because we don't know the truth. Muslims today don't practice true Islam, and you know they don't, because you ain't practicing it either, looking at your Facebook page. That's a word to all Daya out there. Okay? So Allah is El Malek. He's the king, the owner of all dominion, meaning he's the one who governs everything. He shows this by alternating the night and day through his command, and by governing the seasons and climates through his command, and by supplying everything needed for his creations to survive, and by issuing and taking the soul. So now that we understand the meaning of El Malek, how can we incorporate this name into ourselves? Well, by monitoring how we consume or make use of Allah's gifts to us here on earth, such as his resources. Also by alternating the bad habits that we have, changing them to good ones, and by making sure that those whom we are responsible for have the things they need to survive, just like Allah makes sure that we have what we need to survive. And also by making sure that those we are responsible for are cared for properly, just like Allah makes sure that we are cared for properly. And we hold ourselves accountable for any actions that we commit, knowing that we will have to answer to the higher being, who is Allah. Does everybody get that? Does everybody see how we did that? This is how you teach the meaning of Allah's names and attributes. This is how you apply them to yourselves. What do you guys think? Any comments on this? I'm taking this slow. People on Facebook, you got to work harder. Sister Laylee, you're not getting it. Sister Khadijah, I don't see you getting it. Anybody else? Y'all want to do one more? Let's take one more. Okay, Sister Mariam, I'm looking at your answer. Good job. Good job, Mariam. You did good on that one. Good job, Sister Mariam. I'm reading her answers. MashaAllah, look at another answer Mariam gave: to show mercy on yourself by taking care of your health and body. Good job. Okay, good job, Sister Mariam. You did good. I want to make sure that everybody's understanding this. I'm reading the text up here. Y'all want to do one more? You want to do one more name for the day? Or is that enough for today?
That's enough for today.
Yeah, because it's 7:30.
It's heavy.
Okay.
And I think most of us have gotten into the habit of memorizing AlMalik, Al-Qudus, Salam, Mukmin, Muhammad, Aziz, understanding the meaning in English, but not knowing how that it really applies to us.
Yeah, how to apply it. Yeah, because
I should throw it all back on Allah.
Right.
I should throw it all back on Allah. But I understand it a lot better now.
Yeah, that's what Allah, the Prophet said, anyone who learns the names of Allah will enter paradise. He doesn't mean memorize them by name. He means who can understand the meaning and apply them to yourself. Because if we were to apply just these two names that we went over today, ArRahman and El Malek, into our life, we'd be good people. SubhanAllah, we'd be some pretty downright good people. For one thing, I wouldn't go around holding grudges against people. I wouldn't be a racist. My allegiance would be to Allah, the prophet, and the believers. It wouldn't be to a country. It wouldn't be to a flag. I wouldn't put on my Facebook page that my pride is a piece of the earth, or my pride, is a flag, or my pride is even, like the Umar said, the black stone. He said, I kissed the black stone not because it's of any value, but because it's something the prophet did. Our allegiance is to Allah, the prophet Muhammad, and the believers, guys, not these other things. If you learn what ArRahman really means, you learn what El Malek means, you wouldn't be messed up in your belief system. When you hear of people suffering, whether they're people in Gaza, people in India, people in Somalia, Bantus, Arabs, African Americans, it don't matter. Your heart should hurt for all the people. If you hear about any person hurting, it should affect you, because we're all the creations of Allah. If you see a dog, like Sister Umi Barrow said, struggling, you would help it because it's a creation of Allah. You wouldn't walk around holding grudges against others. And you would give people a second chance. And you give people a benefit of a doubt if you had mercy in you. We all claim to be people of mercy. Are we people of mercy? You think you are a merciful person, and what are you doing holding grudges against other people? Why are you mad at Layla Nashiba? Because she said that my language, she insulted my culture. She said that Arabic women spit and cluck. Well, it's true. You do spit and cluck. Is that worth you damning Layla to hell? The only teacher you had, the best teacher you had, you can't replace me as a teacher. You can sit there and listen to these famous men and these famous women, and you ain't gonna learn nothing from them, because they're not gonna break this thing down like me. But you got attitude with Layla because she said that women who speak Arabic, the slang is clucking and spitting, which it is. I'm Arabic too. I know what the language is. Just like English is a dirty language too. I didn't damn the language of the Quran. I said that's the Arabic we need to learn to speak because it's beautiful and poetic and rolls off the tongue. That's what I said. But you didn't tell the truth. You lied on me and called me a narcissist and went crying to this person and that person trying to turn them against me. But my lectures are all recorded. And I had about 20 witnesses in here that day. You are not merciful. If you don't show mercy to Allah's creation, how do you think Allah is going to show mercy to you? You going around holding grudges over stupid stuff. And then the other name, El Malek. You think that you such a good person? How many of us abuse the gifts that Allah has given us here on earth? The resources. We talked about during Ramadan how Allah is the one, how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that for every sickness that Allah sends, He also sends the cure. But look how many of us abuse that. We don't take advantage of the resources that Allah has given us. The resources for diabetes.
Look out, everyone.
Okay. The resources Allah has given us for how to treat sicknesses, diabetes and infections and stuff like that. We don't make use of the gifts that Allah has given us here. But we claim to be people who are all that when it comes to governing things. You claim that you're the queen of your dominion. You claim that you are the king of your dominion, the king of your household, the king of your home. But you don't want to go out and get a job You're making your wife go out and work because you don't want to be responsible for the people under your care. You don't make sure that the people under your care are provided for. You claim to be a person who governs things well, a person that takes care of things properly, but you don't even hold yourself accountable for the things you say or do, your actions. You fail to understand that we all have to answer to a greater, higher being. So how many of us are Rahman, merciful? How many of us are kings and queens, owners, governors over what we've been entrusted to? You guys get it? See how powerful the names of Allah are? And like I said, I don't know anybody that teaches this right. I learned this from Sheikh Qaradari 20-some years ago. SubhanAllah. With an interpreter 25 years ago. All right, guys, any questions? But this is what we're going to be doing over this course. And I'm telling you guys, this is very important. Akida, Akida, Akida. I mean, I know that I'm not that popular because I'm not famous and I don't want to be. But please, guys, for those of you who do join, make sure that starting tomorrow you log in on Facebook too and share my live class, this class, to your Facebook page, because it's very important for the Muslims today to truly learn and implement the meaning of Allah's names. And I'm telling you, I don't know anyone else in the West who is teaching this like this. Okay. All right. So we're going to close it out here. For those of you on Facebook, we have another class tonight at 11. Also, Sister Laylee, you can do better. Ricks, I want to see you in here doing a little bit better. You did okay, but you could do a little better. Khadijah, you were here when I first taught this. You can get it back again, Khadijah. I want to see better from you tomorrow. Okay. Who else is on Facebook that I didn't see? Let's see. The other people on Facebook were quiet, probably lost. But I want to see you guys. Sister Elfrida, you were here when I taught this before. Elfrida, I want to see involvement from you tomorrow. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close this out for today. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu